Dante opened the last part of his great theological epic with demonstrating how time passed in relation to astronomical movements. The student is asked to recall that the horizon, zodiac, celestial equator, or what the horizon, zodiac, celestial equator, and colors are. The horizon is defined as the curve which differentiates the earth from the sky according to the spectator's perception. The sun follows a path that is better known as the elliptic. According to science at the time, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn revolved on a belt 9 degrees longer on either side of the elliptic, known as the zodiac. This belt, which was 18 degrees in width, was divided into 12 equal segments of 30 degrees. Each of these 12 sections had a constellation within its bounds. The celestial equator was another plane of reference, which is inclined from the elliptic at an angle between 22 and 24.5 degrees. There are two celestial colors, the equinox color and the solstice color. These two colors pass over the celestial poles, which are directly over Earth's poles, and intersect the celestial equator. However, throughout the year, the elliptic moves between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Quarterly, the elliptic will cross these two colors or celestial equator at solar noon. At solar noon between March 19th and 21st, the elliptic will cross the intersection of the equinoctial color and the celestial equator. This intersection is better known as the March equinox. At solar noon between June 20th and 22nd, the elliptic will reach the Tropic of Cancer. It is at this point that it also crosses the solstice color. This intersection is better known as the June solstice. At solar noon between September 21st and 24th, the ecliptic will cross the intersection of the equinoctial color and the celestial equator. This intersection is better known as the September equinox. At solar noon on December 21st, the ecliptic will reach the Tropic of Capricorn. It is at this point that it also crosses the solstice color. This intersection is better known as the December solstice. At noon on Mount Purgatory, Beatrice Portinari turned to the left and faced the sun. Dante stated that she stared directly at the sun. Even though it was believed since the time of Aristotle that eagles could look directly into the sun, however, what she did blew Dante's mind. She looked directly into the sun. A human being could do that? Dante had a compulsion to follow her example and look at the sun. He then witnessed the plasmic manifestation of the solar corona. For a moment, the Florentine poet returned his eyes to Beatrice. Instead of his vision dimming because of their exposure to the sun, they stayed bright. He then realized he was gradually being temporarily transformed into a metaphysical human being. It was at that moment he began to observe how the sky seemed to have been set ablaze by the sun. Upon seeing this light and hearing what seemed to be music, Dante felt an immense desire to ask about the origin of the music and light. Though the Florentine never felt anything, Beatrice informed him that they were ascending into the heavens. This fire was the spear of fire, which was believed at the time to separate the cosmos from the earth itself. When Dante questioned how they could ascend through the spears while he was incarnate, the smile which Beatrice had faded. With the same pity a mother has when comforting a delirious and sick child, Beatrice began a long discourse about the cosmos and how its nature reflects the almighty nature of the Father Almighty. Due to its length, I will not include it. When she finished the discourse, Beatrice looked back to the heavens.